Welcome to A Leader's Journey, the podcast for leaders who deeply believe there is a better way to lead and desire to create their unique journey towards becoming a legacy leader. I'm your host, Shannon Hammond. Over the last 20 years as a corporate leader and leadership performance coach, I've learned that many leaders believe there is a predefined path they have to follow and struggle leaning into their unique gifts that will create lasting impact and fulfillment. They end up feeling stuck, unhappy, and unfulfilled in the day-to-day of their role, and are challenged with why, since they have experienced success in their career and in life. I'm here to help leaders think through their leadership journey, learn how to ask themselves better questions, and learn the formula to create their leadership journey by design. If you are ready to design your unique leadership journey, lead with confidence, and love the teams you lead, then you are in the right place. Let's do this. Hey friends, I'm glad to have you here with me this week on A Leader's Journey. Today I want to talk about setting goals and what I believe is the missing element from the goals that you set for your team and for yourself. Many leaders, they've already worked with their team in setting goals for the year. I've actually just wrapped up this process with my team last month. And I wanted to share with you my thoughts on setting goals, and again, what I believe is the missing element from the goals that you set for you and your team. I'm a big fan of setting goals each year, and when I work with my team and my clients, I have them focus on just one goal for the year. That can be one skill, one knowledge gap, or one area that they need to or want to be able to grow in. I don't have them set multiple goals or focus on multiple areas because the purpose of a goal is to make meaningful progress and growth throughout the entire year. You want to be able to look back at the end of the year and be able to see and feel the progress that you made and what you chose to focus on for that particular year. It's how you build expertise and mastery. And after all, we are looking to focus on a mastery orientation, not be a jack of all trades and a master of none. When setting goals with your team, you're going to partner with them in choosing what that area is that they're going to focus on for this particular year. And again, this could be a skill that they need to learn or a skill that they need to expand or build upon. It could be a knowledge gap that they need to be able to close. It could be an area also that they need to grow in order for them to move into the next phase of their career or into the next role or a new role that they want to be able to pursue. As part of the goal, you're going to define action steps that your team member is going to need to complete, and you're going to partner with them and talking through with them what do they believe they need to be able to do to achieve the goal that they have chosen to focus on for the year. More than likely, you're also probably going to define the different rating levels for completion and what each of those will look like. In most organizations, having a goal is part of the annual performance review process. And through the performance review process, most organizations have some sort of rating scale. Mostly I see it's usually a 1 through 5, where a 1 is needing improvement and not meeting expectation, and a 5 is usually outstanding or exceeding the expectations of that role. And in partnering with your team member, you're going to decide of here's the different action items that you've chosen, and in order to get 3, 4, 5 ratings, these are the action items that you need to be able to complete to achieve that. This is all good. It creates a focus for your team member for the year so they know exactly what it is that they need to be working on. It gives you clarity around what they need to do to complete their goal, and it allows them to know these are the specific items that I need to be able to focus on in order to get the score that they are looking to get on their goal for their performance review. Again, each of you knows what they are working on, and it allows you to be able to coach them throughout the year on their goal and being able to dive specifically into the different action items that they have. But something is missing. The goal is good, and more than likely, your employee, or if it's a goal for yourself, you're going to walk away from completing the goal having learned something new or developed a new skill. And if you are looking to just check boxes and maintain knowledge or growth for the moment, then stop here. There is no need to move forward. Your goal is good. You have an area of focus, you have specific action items that you need to work on. You and your team member, you're clear on what specifically needs to be done in order to get the rating that that person is going to achieve. You have a great outline. However, if you are listening to this podcast, you are a high achiever and you are striving for more for yourself and for your team. You want to be a great leader, not just a good leader. You want to achieve results, and you want your team to feel like they've achieved meaningful growth and confidence in their goal and the area that they focused on for the year. It's why when I work with my team in building out their goal for the year, there is an added step that I require each of them to include in their goal. It is not part of the goal template that my organization has shared with us, but my team knows that if they are working with me on their goal, it's a requirement. Most of them are scared to add it to their goal because it pushes them outside their comfort zone. Yet every one of them that completes this portion of their goal feels great about it at the end of the year. It's the one part of their goal that really solidifies their growth. So, what is the missing piece that I have been talking about? Well, the missing piece that I have my team include in all of their goals is what I call a pay it forward action item. This requires them to share what they have learned in working through their goal with others. Whether it's doing a presentation in a team meeting, it could be creating a guide that they then share with their peers. Again, it could be in a team meeting setting. It could be in a smaller group meeting. It could also be working one-to-one in coaching a peer that maybe has the same area of focus or is trying to work on something very similar to what that person is working on, yet they're just not as advanced or as far along in their knowledge as that individual team member is. And so they're able to coach that person and help bring them along in their learning journey. They have to include at least one action item in which they are sharing that knowledge that they've gained with others. Most of them are scared to present to their peers. They worry about what others will think of them. They doubt what they truly know and whether or not it is going to be helpful. One of the common concerns I hear from my team, especially my newer team members, is that they don't believe that they can teach others on the team something, because more than likely within every team, there are team members that have been either in the role or with the company longer than they have been. I look at this as a great opportunity to be able to coach my team around the limiting beliefs that they are carrying. It's a great opportunity to help them in building the confidence in what they are learning and what they are capable of doing. During one-on-ones, I do check in with my team on where they're at and the progress that they've made in their goal. We pull up the outline that we have created. We look at the specific action items. We review what they have completed, how they felt about it, what they've learned through it, what they're going to be focusing on next. And that gives me a great opportunity to see and to dive in and ask questions about what within their goal are they avoiding doing. That usually opens up and helps me dive into what is that limiting belief that might be holding them back or the fear that they're having. And we can coach and we can be able to talk through that. Even though that they are scared and nervous, I will tell you that all of them end up doing it anyway. And afterwards, they walk away extremely proud of themselves. Not only did that action item help them build confidence around the focus of their goal, they also built a new skill and challenged themselves in a new way by getting up in front of others and sharing. Every one of them that has done this in my goals over the last several years, they receive positive feedback from their peers on what they shared. Their peers appreciate them diving in. It helps their peers understand what they've been able to learn, and they can pick from what that person has shared, what they feel like is going to work for them. And it allows them to be able to hear different perspectives on a topic that maybe some of them are also working on. Through getting up in front of their peers and sharing, it also motivates and inspires their peers to do the same. And it creates a dynamic of conversation within the team where each other is more comfortable being vulnerable about what it is that they are learning, what they've learned, and being more confident in being able to share that with others to be able to help them. At the end of the day, every single one of them wants to be able to help their peers. They want their peers to be able to learn and grow, and including this action item within their goals allows them to do that. It's an incredible experience for each of your team members. And I'll be honest, for me as a leader, it is just as equally as an incredible experience for me. I love being able to see my team shine, to step out of their comfort zone, to do something that they, at the beginning of the year, maybe didn't believe that they could. And now they are taking that big step towards unleashing their fullest potential. So my question back for you is, do you include a pay it forward item in your goals that you set for yourself and for your team? I'd love for you to connect with me and share your experience in how it impacted you and your team members and your leadership. If not, if you don't include that pay it forward action item, I hope that this episode inspires you to include it in your team's goals and in your goals. Even if your goals are already set for the year, which at this point in time, many of us have already set our goals, it's not too late to go back in and add one more item to it. And I encourage you to have that conversation with your team and really help them see the value of being able to share their knowledge and their experience with their peers. That's all I have for you today, and I do hope that you have enjoyed this episode. Until next week, lead with confidence and show up every day as the leader you are striving to be. Thanks for listening to A Leader's Journey podcast. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. If you're excited to learn more, be sure to subscribe to the podcast and tune in next week for another exciting leadership lesson. I'd love to help you level up your leadership, achieve the goals you desire, and design your unique leadership journey. So click the link in the show notes to schedule a free Level Up Your Leadership session. During this time, we will define where you are in several key areas of leadership, where you desire to be, and how you can level up your leadership. You don't need to do this alone, so let's chat today and get your journey started. Don't forget to connect with me on LinkedIn or in the A Leader's Journey community on Facebook, and share this episode with another leader so we can all learn and grow together. That's all for this episode, and I'll see you next week. Until then, lead with confidence, show up every day as the leader you are striving to be, and make the decision today to level up your leadership this year.